Hey guys, it's Cassie and today we are going to be talking about 7 designer bags that I don't think are worth the price anymore. This is coming on the back of, obviously we've seen so many price increases over the last couple of years that I've just looked back at some of these bags, 2 of which I own, and have just been like, do you want to know what? Now if I was buying that, it's a no from me. I really don't think you're getting the bang for your buck like you used to, you know? So we have got 7 bags to go through today. If you are new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're gonna love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. Guys, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so look, value and how much something costs and what that means to you and all of that is very, very relative, okay? So with these bags, these are just my personal feelings about their value. Sometimes you see the price and you're like, I know that that's too much, but I love it and I don't care and I get it. Believe me, I get it, okay? And obviously, also there are some brands that you're just like, I just value the brand so much that I'll pay, you know? And I get that as well. So I just want to say that this is just my thoughts, and we all have our boundaries and we also have our hard stops, like I'm not going to buy X kind of bag if it's over X amount, you know? So it's all relative, but starting off with a very controversial one and one that I own, Louis Vuitton multi-pochette accessoire. This has been a journey because I have a lot of respect for this bag as though it's a person. It is. They're all sentient beings. But I really, really loved this bag when it came out. Used this bag so much. I think it is still a great bag. I bought this bag October, I think it was 2019, and I paid £1,100. This bag, 3 years later, is now £1,760. Okay, so this has gone up £680. Aside from the aesthetics and how different it was, you know, this was the first bag that was like this, with a utility strap, and it was, you know, 3 little pouches all stuck together, you know, whatever, right? Part of the appeal was also the price. It was very, quote unquote, reasonably priced. Now, I know another kind of argument with this bag is that fine, the price has gone up, but if you still wanted to buy all these pieces individually, you're still saving getting this bag. If you were to add up all these items individually, using all of the pieces from Louis Vuitton, you'd be spending just over about £2,000, okay? So you're saving a good 200 and something pounds buying it complete. But I still don't think that all the individual parts are worth what they're currently charging. And I think that this is a kind of bag that the value you're going to get from it is actually from the number of ways that you can wear it. I, to be honest with you, only wear it the one way, okay? She is slanging across the chest and that is it. I don't individually use the pouches, and I know that that's where a lot of people really get their value from the bag, because, oh, it's an evening bag, and oh, it's another day bag, and oh, let's, you know, shoulder it and all of this business, right? But to be honest with you, I just don't. I just use other bags in place of when I would use these individually. The other thing with this bag is that you can actually buy similar bags, also by Louis Vuitton, that are much cheaper. For example, the Easy Pouch on strap. It's not exactly the same, but it is a very similar vibe. They do a couple kind of similar to this, but again, they're on the cheaper side. Are you going to have all of the full set going on here? No, but I think when you compare it to those, it's like, yeah, this is overpriced for what it is. Next up, a bag that I really don't think is worth the price anymore are Dior book totes. Okay, so these range in price. So you've got 4 sizes here. You've got the mini, the small, the sort of regular, medium, and the large. And the mini starts at £1,800, and then we range all the way up to £2,450. Now, what's interesting with this is that the increments between the sizes I actually think are quite reasonable. Difference in price between a small and a medium and a larger, whatever. It's not huge jumps. Fine. But the starting price for these bags is still like quite insane to me. And yes, these have been subject to price increases over the last couple of years. Like with all of the bags that I'm talking about today, if this is something that, you know, I don't care and I love it and actually I'm going to get so much use out of it, blah, 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 then fine. I'm just talking about this from my perspective, and I know that a lot of people do use the book totes on a very regular basis for whatever reason, and that's great, but I think that there are so many options, especially now with different brands doing styles very similar, you know, a book tote-y kind of style, for a lot cheaper. And that are actually maybe a little bit more versatile because they have strap options and, you know. Yes, the Dior one is the original, the trailblazer for this, but I don't think the price is worth it. Here we go, another bag that I own. Bag number 3, the Bottega Veneta chain Cassette. Now, again, I shall be comparing to the price I bought this at. I bought this for £2,800 in 2020. This bag is now £3,320. So that's gone up £520 in the last 2 years, right? These have been very popular. And like I mentioned earlier, everyone has their limits on, like, you know, I would only ever spend X amount on X type of bag. And for me, this is a trend bag. This is a very, very trendy as they come. And while I believe that I'll be using this for years and years, it is still, at its core, a trendy bag. And for a trendy bag to spend over 3k, that's where I kind of draw the line. And of course, there will always be exceptions, okay? But if this was the price it is now, when I was looking to buy it, I don't know. I don't think I would have pulled the trigger. Also because this is a bag that is so statementy, and again, maybe the colour that I've got it in or whatever, but I even think if you got it in a more neutral, to wear this bag regularly is a lot, okay? Especially with the weight. Cannot underestimate the weight of this bag, okay? It's heft. So this is maybe even not really a bag that you would wear on a daily basis to really get your use out of it, and I think for 3k for a bag that you're not even going to like hammer on a daily basis, that's a lot. Next up, we've got another Louis Vuitton bag. This is the Coussin bag range. Now, with these, I'm basically including everything from the PM upwards. So the PM, the MM, I think that the Pochette Coussin actually is well priced and very versatile for what it is. And I know that when it comes to the leather pieces, Louis Vuitton kind of has a very different price range for those bags compared to the coated canvas. But again, I would place these in kind of a trendy bag category, and I think we're pushing 3k. To me, that bag is a 2,500 bag, you know, and then everything should be priced accordingly. The next bags are the Dior micro bags. When it comes to TBE, Tiny Bag Energy, micro bags, you know that I love these. Okay, also I just want to say, with all of the bags here, it's different if it's a gift or if somebody's buying it for you, whatever, and you're spending your own money, okay? That money is spent in very different ways. If somebody wanted to buy me these, gladly accept. I will rock them till the cows come home. I would have a wonderful time, blah, blah, blah. But parting with my own money, it's maybe not going to happen. So, with these Dior micro bags, we're not getting the associated smaller bag price here. This is my beef. And I've mentioned this before. These micro bags are more expensive than Chanel's mini bags. And Chanel is the one with the crazy, crazy, crazy price increases. And when Chanel is cheaper, we've got a problem. Let's look at the mini Lady Dior, which is priced at $2,600. For me, a mini bag over 2k, I've drawn the line, okay? Because as much as I love a mini bag, and I am the main proponent of TBE, we know that they're not as versatile as their, you know, slightly larger counterparts. And 2k, for me personally, I think is too much for a bag that really doesn't have much versatility. The mini Lady Dior is 3,400. It's not the smallest price difference there, but for the size of that bag compared to the next bag, come on, that doesn't make any sense. Then you've got the saddle. The saddle throws me the most. The nano or the micro saddle, 1,800. And the mini saddle, also in the leather, is 2,400. Make it make sense. So I just have personal beef with these, and I'm bringing it to the light. The next bag. You didn't think I'd forget, would you? Chanel Classic Flaps. Okay, you can't talk about the value of bags and not talk about a Chanel Classic Flap. The small size that is £6,510. Chanel is notorious for their price increases. We talk about this all the time. I'm sure everybody is bored of this conversation and all of that. But just to reiterate one more time, it's just not worth it. There's quality issues left, right and centre. The hardware not being gold-plated and you charging this money and everything else. Customer service, all of that. Wonky flaps. Really? And you want 6,500 for that? This, my Birkin, was 6,700. And it is craftsmanship perfection. So yes, whilst playing the Hermes game may require, you know, more money to put in the work and all of this business, versus Chanel, it's not exactly apples to apples. But when you're a brand that's trying to charge these prices and you're not even giving us anything to back it up with, where's the value? No, it's not worth anywhere near that amount of money. Last example I have for you is not necessarily one that's been subject to price increases, but it is one that's sort of like, okay, Cassie, just talk. Okay, the Jimmy Choo bonbon bags in the crystal. The normal bonbon bags are priced fine. They start at £725. As soon as you add crystals, these bags are over 3,000. My issue here is my value of the brand. Okay, so for example, other luxury brands, so like Valentino, their crystal bag was around the same price. Balenciaga's crystal hourglass bag, again, just like over 3,000-ish mark. I understand the value of those bags because I'm like, there's a lot of crystals, fine, I understand the pricing of those brands. But to me, I have a hard time valuing Jimmy Choo's bags because to me, it's primarily a shoe brand. And I kind of expect the prices of the bags to reflect that. And when you're charging the same amount for a bag as Valentino and Balenciaga, when, in my mind, you're not a bag brand, my value is like, oh no, because if I'm going to buy a crystal bag, then I'm going to buy it from, you know, one of these brands, whatever, right? For example, somebody might really value Chanel and be like, I want a classic flap. I know it costs an arm and a leg. I know it's actually not worth what I'm going to pay for it, but I love it or I love the brand or whatever. But I wouldn't pay 6,500 for a Dior bag, let's say. You know, so I just thought that was maybe an interesting example of valuation of brands and whatever. Let me know what you think. Let me know about your thoughts on the bags that I've mentioned today or any other bags that you think, due to price increases or whatever, have just become overpriced. It's an interesting topic. I'm going to leave a link to another video here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are, and in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.